welcome to another episode of the Now Show. This episode, I promise you, is going to be a roll because I'm already rolling already. Well, on today's episode, I have with me a very, very interesting personality who I know is going to blow up the set in a good way. My brother, my friend, Mr. Damola Adegboye.
Yeah.
Damola is my
name, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Thank you.
Welcome to the Now Show, Damola.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, you're doing this with us finally.
Yes, I've always looked forward to being on this set, you know.
Oh, you're making me feel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Damola.
Thank you so much for having me.
To have you.
Thank you.
To have you.
Thank you.
You know, today's episode, we're titling it No Limits. Why do we call it No Limits? Because Damola is somebody who has, he has jumped out of every box, as it were. Nothing, there's no limit to anything for him. I mean, we're going to hear his story. So, No Limits, the story of Damola is my name.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Wow, you trained as a political scientist.
Yes, I did.
And here you are doing different things. You know, the reason why we brought you here is so that you can inspire somebody out there that there's nothing that should be of limit to them. Once they can think it, they can do it. Okay, so your story, Damola.
Okay, Damola is my name, as it has been rightly said. Master of Ceremonies, stand-up comedian, audience engager, an academic, and so on and so forth.
So on and so forth.
You know.
Husband to this wonderful, beautiful babe.
Oh, yes. Husband and father.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In fact, we have come a long way together.
Yes.
Don't mind us.
Yes, sir. Don't mind us.
Okay, Damola.
Yes. All right. So basically, that is me in brief. I studied political science, as you said. I'm still studying it in one way or the other. And but I'm a master of ceremonies and stand-up comedian. Yes. That's what I do professionally, you know. And one thing that has been more like a unique selling point for me is my approach to the job. You know, we have so many of us in the industry, but
one thing is you guys have revolutionized that industry.
Yes, true.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yes.
You know, I was joking with you at the beginning that I remember my own wedding.
Yes. Let's
not go there. Let's not go there. But what you guys have done is so amazing.
Yes.
You know. Okay.
So you know, we are many,
really,
and yes, it's a large industry as it were. You know, and has employed and is still employing a lot of people. Now, we have discovered over the years that comedy has gone beyond stand-up. It has gone beyond acting comedic roles in the movies. Now we have skit makers. We have joke writers that are not comedians.
Wow.
Yes, and that is what they do for a living. You know, we have what do they call this thing? Cartoonists now within the same Nigerian comedy industry. And so now that the industry has now created some sort of a value chain where we have so many stakeholders involved. You know, brands now support the industry.
Yes.
People now get employed. It's either you're a comedian or you're a producer in terms of, you know, producing skits and the likes. Now people are very busy with shooting of skits. Now comedians have gone beyond, you know, going on stage to recording their performances and selling it out as, you know, as a product. You know, as it were. So the industry has evolved, and you know, everybody is taking their own department, as it were, and it's been very beautiful for me. The department or the area that I chose, or the niche that I carved for myself, is this approach to comedy, where you are not necessarily loud, but you are very effective, right? And you don't do jokes that will hurt anybody's feelings. Okay. So I do more family-friendly content. You know, and that is what I'm reputed for. So most people, you know, get surprised that, especially some colleagues may get surprised that, how do you survive without saying certain things? And then we make them understand the fact that there is a market for those that, you know, can be clean, ethical, and still be effectively funny. And that is the area that I chose. You know,
clean, ethical, and effective.
Yes.
I really love that. You know, because truly, like you said, is you carving a niche for yourself. Because once you know that this is what I want to do, and you stick at it,
yes, sir.
everybody will come to appreciate you for that,
for who you
offer.
are. Yes.
Yes, for who you are.
Yes.
So you dictate who you are, not people dictating to you who you should be.
Yes.
You know, as it were.
And I want you to also know, I want you to state it clearly and categorically that every department has their own market. Every area has a target audience.
You are the one stating it categorically.
Yes. You know, so everybody has a target audience and they're all doing well in it. You know, but for me, I decided to, you know, carve that niche for myself.
Okay.
And I thank God that it is, you know, it is a productive one for me. And you know, beyond me standing alone, I have seen a lot of people that have come to meet me to tell me, Damola, I like the way you do comedy. I want to be like you.
Okay.
And to a very large extent, I've been able to help. By the grace of God, I've been able to help so many other young people to grow. The same way somebody saw me, saw the kind of content that I had then, and decided to groom me. You know, to the point that I have grown to become whoever that I am today. You know, and I'm growing as it were to become whoever that I am today. So basically, it's been an interesting journey, and then you watch those people that came to meet me then grow. As I'm watching them grow, I'm watching them creating stuff for themselves, you know, and then it is just interesting.
And that gives you fulfillment.
It gives me a very good level of fulfillment.
I can imagine.
Yes.
You know, I see you, and you know the way you go about your jokes. You don't even people are cracking up, and you're just there. You know, you're quiet. Ambience and I'm thinking there's something wrong with this.
Yeah, you know.
You're cracking people up and then you are just cool, calm and collected. That's Damola, yes. Cool, calm and collected. Yes.
You know,
how do you keep that?
You know, I learned this while I was a student.
Okay,
just for the records and to also inspire somebody. I had the first class honors in political science.
Wow.
And somehow I always try to make it obvious in the way that I deliver my contents.
First class content.
You know,
from the first class brain. Now I'm not surprised anymore. Okay, that explains it. Okay.
So I try to make it obvious, bearing in mind what I say and how I say whatever I say. You know, while I was in school, I started comedy. I was always playing, you know, enjoying myself. But then I still maintained this approach to it, even though it wasn't this organized or neat. Okay. You know, but as I grew and as I met with my boss, who is also somebody like me that is not loud but effectively funny. Okay. You know, that's Isako. Who is not loud but effectively funny. He helped me to shape my content. So the way I come up with my jokes, I think a lot. I think deeply. I create a background to the discussion. For example, there's this popular joke of mine. Let me quickly do it. You know, let me quickly do it.
Please don't crack me up badly.
No, it's okay. You know, you might have even heard it before. But then this is the way I go about it. This is the way I came up with that joke. I thought about the subject matter and I tried to create a story around it. I said, for example, when we were in school, they told us that we have two broad classes of animals. We have domestic animals and we have wild animals. We're told that domestic animals live among men, wild animals stay in the bush. Now, domestic animals are categorized into two. We have those that are pets, we have those that are for consumption. Now, those that are pets are either bought deliberately or are given as gifts, while those that are for consumption end up in the pot. Examples of pets, we have dogs, we have cats. Examples of those for consumption, we have goats, we have fowl, and so on and so forth. Now, these two broad categories of animals have their specific food. We have chicken feed, we have goat food, we have cat food, and so on and so forth. But there's one animal. It looks like a domestic animal. But it has every attribute of a wild animal.
Where's it going?
Dead or alive, it is a terrorist. It does not have a specific food. It can eat anything. That's why it behaves anyhow. And it is rat I've been talking about since morning. It's rat. Rats. You know, rats are terrible animals.
Oh my word! You're so right, for God.
They are terrible animals, dead or alive. You know, among other things, a rat can decide to read somebody's certificate. It will first go to
and that's the end of that person.
It will first go to the VC signature. No, it will not eat everything. No. It will first go to the VC signature. Then if you went to uni lag, it can eat uni and leave lag. So if you had a 2-1, it can eat 2, leave 1. You know. Or if you had a first class, it can eat first and leave class.
I leave class for you.
Or if you wrote WAEC, you got 5 A's and 6 F. It can eat all the A's and leave all the F's.
I leave the F's. Oh dear. You know, I remember talking about the oh dear. I'm so sorry. I knew you were going to do this. You know, talking about the rats. I remember when I was in secondary school, you know, our rats were so, I don't know whether to call them notorious or to call them, you know.
They'll be eating your leg and they'll now be blowing breeze in your mind. You say, Nepa Timonodi, you know.
And you'll be enjoying it.
Exactly.
Because you'll be feeling this cool thing on your, it's only when you wake up the next day, you know.
Your leg will not start peppering you, you know. So if you get so frustrated and you decide to kill them, and use a stick, you will chase them, you will break your windscreen, break your mirror, break your glass plate. You will even use your upper lip to land on the floor. It will still escape. If you decide to use rat gum, one of 2 things will happen. It's either you step on it by yourself, or it starts catching things that does not concern it, like war gecko, like cockroaches. If you now look closely, you will see mosquito there. So if you now decide
we need prayer of deliverance from rats.
So if you now decide to use rat poison, it will die. But it will not still die where you can see. Can decide to die inside your shoe.
Those ones are the terrible ones.
Yes,
When they die,
they can die inside your shoe. Inside the shoe that you have abandoned. They can die inside your suit or inside the AC. Then by the time you turn it on, there is a special relief. The day you now find it, you don't know it has given birth to 12. And the journey starts afresh. So, you know, basically that is how I try to come up with some of my...
Dear.
I'm sorry about the development.
I knew you were going to do this to me. Maybe that's why the interview was not happening before now. Oh God. Okay. Damola, no limits.
So I decided to, you know, so that is how I create my content, basically. I try to create a background to it and make you think deeply about what I'm saying. And most of what I say are general things that might have happened to you before, or that you might have seen somewhere, something that you can relate to. You know, and that is basically my own approach to it. And that is how I've been able to grow over the years. And so sometimes a joke may take months to create.
Are you serious?
Oh yes, there are some that take years to create. Yes, you just continue to build on it over time.
Wow.
You know, just continue to build on it over time. Now this one I just created, that I just did now, it did not start in one day. You know, it started, it took me some time to cook it up. You know, there are so many others, like if I should start saying them one after the other, you know. And then the kind of jokes that I crack. Those
jokes I enjoy is all those jokes about you and your mom. You know, you're growing up and oh my world.
Yes,
you know, African mothers are just amazing.
And they are just amazing.
Yes.
They are very, very amazing.
Yes.
They are the ones that made non-verbal communication the most effective means of communication. They look at you, you get the message. They blink their eyes twice, the meaning is comport yourself. They blink 3 times, the meaning is sit down somewhere. They blink 4 times, the meaning is amapadele. Nowadays, things have changed though. If you blink your eyes 100 times, the child will ask you, what is wrong with your eyes? Mommy, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing like this? Whereas they are passing the message. But we thank God.
I said to my children, I said that, you know, in those days, your mother gave you a message with her eyes, you know, even if she says something, but her eyes are telling you something different.
And then if they should tell you, Mommy, can I go? If you hear, go. If they want you, where go?
You there go.
So they use direct messages to tell you not to, you know, but don't say, Mommy, can I eat it?
I read recently when somebody was talking about, you know, your Yoruba mother will beat you. After beating you, we say, when your daddy comes, he'll come and beat you. Then you say, so what was that?
They even beat you for crying. They beat you for crying. They will beat you as you are crying. They will say, why are you crying? Now, let me hear. No, say if you cry and you are beating me, just choose one. Just choose one.
Yeah.
But you know.
Wow. And you know, talking about the revolution you brought, you know, it's so interesting to attend weddings.
Yes,
where
yes.
you're comparing,
Yes.
you know, and the way everything just goes so well. I see the way you take charge of affairs, you know. You are directing the couple, you are directing everyone who is going around, and you know, the flow is just, and I'm looking at you and thinking, wow, what an amazing young man, the way he's...
I tell people that, who is the master of ceremonies?
And you wanted to start doing that at your own wedding. Go.
That's true. Who is the master of ceremonies? A manager of people and situations. A manager of people and situations. That is the job of a master of ceremonies. Now,
of
people and situations. So in between, so many things happen. Right? That's when you may crack jokes. That's when you may do comedy. I've had experiences over the years where you are managing 1,500 people, 2,000 people.
Right.
Everybody wants attention. You have to take care. You have to ensure that.
Ever going to go back to that world of parties?
Yeah, going back. If as I speak with you, they've started going back indirectly.
Are you serious?
Yes,
wow.
They have. And you know, human beings are social creatures. We cannot survive in isolation. It is not possible. Immediately there was a lockdown.
Yes.
So many things came up. Instagram Live became popular. Zoom became popular. Blah 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 blah. Because people need to relate.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So
yes.
while you are handling events, you know, they call you master of ceremonies for a reason. So you have to be a master there, right? Everybody has to look at you, and you have to be at the center of control.
Wow.
Thereby, while being the center of control, you're also making the person that invited you the center of attraction.
Wow. So how do you juggle all this?
Well, it has a lot to do with professionalism, learning on the job over the years. I always say it that a lot of younger comedians who have not really, I also want to make it clear that there are some people that are comedians. That it's not everybody that is a comedian that is a good master of ceremonies.
I would say that.
And it's not everybody that is a good master of ceremonies that is a comedian. And some people combine both effectively. By the grace of God, I combine both effectively.
Yes.
Right? I can be a compere, and I can be a comedian, and I can be both, depending on what you want me to do. You know. So some just go on stage and just start cracking jokes and forget the essence of the event. You know. So there is a disconnection between the essence of the event.
Yes.
You're just trying to sell yourself. But as much as you're trying to sell yourself, some people are getting irritated by the fact
about them.
By the fact that no, it's not bad to sell yourself.
But when you become an irritant, doing it,
whereby you are now forgetting the content of the event. For example, I did a wedding recently. The band just wanted to sing. And they told me categorically that this and this must happen at this event.
Wow.
And as I was talking, the band was playing. I had to caution them on the microphone. When I cautioned them normally and they were not listening, I had to caution them on the microphone.
Wow.
So that the main essence of the event
will not be lost.
Beyond my balance, I have a reputation to protect. Because I've already calculated.
Especially with extra months.
I'm telling you. All those type of you act as if you are not interested in it, but you are thinking about it that Father help me. Please, for God's sake. Esma, please. I'm expecting the alert. They transfer. Just they transfer at a strategic location in Shannon. You know. So basically that is how
Damola, God. Please, what is a typical day in your home like? Oh my word, I want to think about it.
Well, a typical day in my home.
Please tell me. How did she would agree to marry you?
I want you to know something. I really want you to know something.
Yes. That
my wife has a very good sense of humor.
Good.
My wife is funny.
She needs to have for her to be with you.
And that was part of what I even saw that made me like her. You know, she has a good sense of humor.
Yes.
So basically, my house on a normal day is just.
You are cracking, she's cracking.
And basically, we don't really crack jokes like that.
Really?
But we have very interesting conversations.
Tell me.
We just talk. You know, we create scenarios, we make fun of people on TV. You know, we make fun of situations that we experienced in the day.
Okay.
You know, we make fun of our daughter. You know, we just basically laugh.
Okay.
You know, and just throw jabs at each other once in a while.
So your home is a home of laughter.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, how awesome.
Sometimes everybody also keeps quiet. You know,
Really?
sometimes nobody wants to talk.
Really?
You know, yes, you know.
How do you achieve that?
Well, if we just keep quiet.
So you are deliberate in keeping quiet.
It's not deliberate actually. But then when it's still quiet, you know, I say, what is happening here? Go, no, what's happening? You know. And then, you know, somebody starts the discussion and we take it off from there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Damola, you're a man of many parts.
Yes.
If you were going to be boxed into one, it could happen.
Yeah.
Which would you pick?
Now, every area of my life is centered around people. So if I'm to be boxed into one, to be whichever that gives me the capacity to make the highest level of impact.
Okay.
You know.
And which would they? Because you're making impact in everything you're doing, but now they're saying you're boxing. I
think for now.
Yes.
For now.
Yes.
Making people laugh and happy. You know. That is basically the area I think I want to put all my energy in for now.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I have so many other areas of life. You know, I mean the academics. Yes. I'm still studying and so on and so forth. But then I felt guilty. Okay, I used to lecture in a university.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I used to lecture in a university. But then while doing that, I just felt I needed to do more. I needed to do so much more. And so I stepped out a bit.
Okay.
You know, I stepped out for a while so that I can feel more fulfilled impacting the number of people that I feel I want to impact.
Okay.
I'll go back again much later. But then,
yeah, because I was going to ask that, do you see yourself doing this 20 years from now?
Well, possibly.
Okay.
But then I'm creating another path for that particular time of my life where I'm going to be focused then. Yes, I may still be cracking jokes and doing all that, but then I'll still be focused then on a global scale, but global scale in a more how will I put it? In a more structured environment. For example, now what I mean is this. For example, what I mean is this. I see myself possibly in the United Nations. What am I going to be doing in the United Nations? I'm not sure. But it will be something centered around empowering younger people in the areas of talent or in the areas of gifting.
Okay.
You know, I see myself in the United Nations or something like the African Union. But then I have to be deliberate about creating the path towards that direction.
Okay.
You know, just this may and may not give me the opportunity to occupy such positions.
Okay.
But creating platforms that will lead me to that path is what I'm trying to be deliberate about.
Okay.
So,
and talking about that, so for somebody out there, your talent, do you stumble on it or you know you have it? Somebody who is listening to you now and saying, oh, I like everything he's been saying. So do you stumble on your talent or? There are different ways
you get to know the talent that you have.
Okay.
Some people may be telling you about it.
Okay.
You are good at this. You are good at this. If you hear it a lot of times, it means you are good at it.
Okay.
Anything you do with ease, without stress and without caring if you are paid for it or not. That is where one of your talents may lie. You know, and then it is also by checking other people and thinking, I think I have this, I think I can do this. You know, those are parts of ways that people discover their talent. So it is possible, I tell people, that it is possible to be multi-talented.
Okay.
Right? It is possible to be multi-talented. So what you just need to do is to look for that talent among your multiple talents that gives you time, that gives you the opportunity to express yourself, that gives you the opportunity to be profitable, and that does not also clash.
Going to say that profitable is like it comes in at the end of the day.
Yes.
You know, when you see that, you see something that you love doing, you know, after some time, you know, it now becomes, how do I sustain this without making it?
And gives you peace of mind when you put all your energy on that. I always tell people that I'm an artist, I can paint. I do lots of artwork.
Wow.
I used to.
Wow.
I still
no
do.
time for that.
No, I stumbled on it.
Alerts are coming so fast.
I stumbled on it. I stumbled on it some months ago.
Yes, really?
On the spot, and I did an amazing job, and I was impressed with myself. You know,
one thing that I say about the pandemic, you know, the lockdown period, is that it has helped lots of people discover things
themselves.
that they never knew that.
I discovered I could cook. I discovered I could cook.
Really?
Yes. I could cook white rice and some other things.
That's real cooking.
Yes, I can't understand it. Yes, you know.
Chef Damola.
Thank you very much. With area specialization in white rice. White rice. You know.
Oh dear.
Yes, I'm boiling water.
Dear.
So I can paint, I can teach, I can do this, I can do that. But I had to put all my energy on the one that I felt, you know, was is the one that I have peace, or that I have peace. I have peace of mind with, profitable, gives me time to do other things, and you know. So basically, there are no limits to what a man can achieve. That's why I always tell people. That's why I always tell people that when you say what's your temperament, I'm a sanguine, I'm a choleric, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this. Yes, it is good, but I always tell people that when situations come, you are everything. So don't box yourself to the fact that I'm a melancholic and nothing can happen to me. If they need a job that requires a sanguine and you feel you can do it, don't limit yourself.
That's right.
Because you can actually have some elements of it in you, but you don't know until you explore that area of your life. So don't limit yourself. You can
never limit
anything.
yourself, because you can have something in you, but you won't know until you stretch yourself. Yeah. Wow, wow, Damola, you know, we could go on and on and on because I'm having so much fun. But we're constrained, you know, by time. Yes, it's been such an amazing time having you with us on the Now
Thank you
show.
very much, man.
And we do hope that when we call you again,
I will definitely be here. Definitely.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Because I'm sure our audience, they love you so much, and they will say, please bring DamolaIsMyName back. Thank you. As soon as we hear from you, we are certainly bringing him back. Well, for now, until we come your way again on the Now Show, I've had fun and you can see it. Myself and DamolaIsMyName signing off. On this episode of the Now Show. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.